Shanti, welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 19. Smriti Swarup, Dadi Gulzar, Mera Baba. I allow nothing to take away my happiness. My thoughts are few and they are powerful. I don't allow anything to take away my happiness. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. It's not only a Vyakti Parivar, but happy a Vyakti Parivar, right? I think that we all have many experiences of when I was served through the stage and where I also served through the stage. So many different good effort maker souls come in front of me. I give you example of course, Brahma Baba, when he will stand on the 5th floor, very cheerful, looking down, where little children are kind of forced by parents to go home. We call it picketing. And they were very firm, and there was not a single one who was willing to go. But then, of course, all of those who were there, few hundred, all the children were looking at Baba. That Baba is smiling, so there is nothing. And Baba also knew that children who have faith, even little ones, they won't go, and those who have to go will go. So seeing Baba cheerful and carefree definitely help whole community to just be carefree, smile, and take it as very normal scene of drama. Mama, her stability towards the end of her chariot's life was so much that no one was worrying. No one had wasteful thoughts. What will happen? What will happen? How long Mama will live? What will happen to us? She was so stable that all the sisters and brothers who were around, they also were very calm and have a lot of faith. I think of so many scenes where dadis were just in silence. There is a lot of disturbance, but they stay in silence. And others around, they have that same experience. I also keep aim that if anything is happening, whether it is to my body or anywhere else, I just stay very calm, very carefree, so that others can have same energy and they are able to serve. But if I am not stable, then those around, they will also have up and down very much. So we all help each other. So you are doing Mansa Seva. Each one of you think, each one of you, that whenever there were situations, and there are situations, if you hold Baba's hand, if you maintain your faith, if you remain peaceful, so automatically those who are looking at you will get power from that virtue. So Mansa Seva is not only thinking and giving Sakash temporary, but it was very beautiful that I served through the stage. Mm. You remain in Baba's remembrance. There are situations, but deeply within you are very calm and have patience. How many souls you are serving. So now each one of you should keep aim that I will create a stage and services will happen through stage. We call it learning, but also it's experience. I remember I went somewhere for a public program, and those who were organizing were very few, but there was no tension. They looked so calm, so internally very settled. And I always remember I said, look, there shouldn't be tension. Why tension about anything? It will happen as it happened also last Kalpa. So this cooperation and support to each other is very, very important. And that is only possible if we maintain certain stage. But also when we are ascending, our stage is getting better and better. That itself is lot of service. Because so many souls are inspired, they become more clear, and they know how to do certain things. Right? So even moving forward, ascending, becoming awake, subtle, angelic, we are able to serve all the time. Dadi Gulzar had this specialty, his Baba also mentioned one time. She had a lot of power of mind because she doesn't think much. I find that mostly it's a common habit to keep thinking, doesn't stop. But if internally we watch and say, it's drama I'm watching, and I will think whenever and whatever is necessary. And it could become a practice. Now, why I'm thinking about this, why my thoughts are going there. I have so many thoughts. So immediately you check it and start forming this stage of thinking as much necessary, accumulate the power of mind. Now Baba said, I am able to use her mind or intellect because she has accumulated power. So same is like we want Baba to use us for unlimited service. But if you have habit of too much thinking, you do not have power. So that is why concentration, thinking as much necessary. So these are like mental habits, right? Nobody can say, I don't know what to do, that's my habit. Like we change physical habits, right? If we can change physical habits, we can also change mental habit. Why have to think in this way at this time? So next time you pay attention and you don't think, right? Very interesting. And after some time, you start feeling that you have that control. No, I shouldn't be thinking this way or this much. Let me be in silence. and accumulate some power of the mind. So it's very, very, really very interesting to observe one's own mind. So you will think you are functional, but you're not wasting energy. Lot of thoughts, extra thoughts is waste of energy. It's not only the thoughts or the energy of mind is wasted, but time also goes. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 2 hours. Depends on how long you have wasteful thoughts. So why not I value my thoughts and also my time and have thinking, but as much necessary. Because first there is little extra thinking, then it's wasteful thinking, then you have a concern, then you worry about something. You have to keep reminding yourself, look at Baba. Immediately your thoughts will either change or will reduce. Baba's personality, Baba's drishti is so much of silence. Right? Like you feel like going into silence again. So both are very connected. Yesterday's homework and today's homework. Because stage is uh, carefree stage, free from worries, stable, consistent. mm, And with that stage, as I said, you are able to serve. So each one of you, uh, all of us have to keep aim that I shouldn't think much because it's drama, no? Mm. So I'm thinking too much. Accumulate power of mind, but also remember that you have to serve through your stage. It could be just loveful stage or peaceful stage. So when it's loveful, peaceful, then what happens? The atmosphere, the energy around you change the situation, can solve the problem, could generate something which is very useful. Beautiful things can happen. And this is the time for all of us to pay attention so that we can generate or create something, not only keep changing or settling, but also creating something. And I think that will definitely be a big experience. Oh, Shan.
Om Shanti. So, yes, today is Saturday. We will be having chit chat with the dear brother Eric. So, please stay with us. So, before that, I would like to invite our dear sister Angels, Sister Judy. Welcome, and we'll hear more about Tariqul Sarji.
Om Shanti. Good evening. Very nice to be with you. And I loved what Mohini Ben said about serving through our stage. It's such a powerful understanding. And so tonight we're talking about I allow nothing to take my happiness. My thoughts are few and they are powerful, and I don't allow anything to take my happiness. You know, most of us have a lot going on in our minds. We are planning things, we are remembering things, and sometimes when things don't go the way we think they should, we have a lot of thoughts. about how they should have gone, how we should have been treated. One secret to Dadi Gulzar's power was that she kept her intellect very plain, and she was able to mold herself to accommodate to any situation. And in this way, she protected her happiness. So when I was speaking with Niluben, who cared for Dadi for so many decades, she said this: from the beginning, Dadi had this nature of not thinking too much. And also, she had a very good power to adjust. Wherever you would place her, she could easily accommodate the situation. Even if she had to sleep in a small room with many people, she had the nature to adjust easily. Dadi's nature was like the wax of a candle, so soft you could mold it. Once she visited a foreign country in which her room had only a bed, not even a small table. So when I returned from making Dadi's food, there was no table to serve her. Dadi suggested that we put the two suitcases on top of each other and she would sit on the bed. She never had the thought, I am Baba's chariot. I should be well taken care of. She had no demands, and she was able to adapt to any situation. Though her health was up and down, Baba would still come in her and meet the children. And Niluben said, I used to have these thoughts about this and say to Dadi, Baba is using your body a lot. Why isn't Baba doing something about your health? And Dadi said, don't think too much. It's because of your thoughts that I'm not getting better. The day you stop thinking like this, the chariot will start getting better. Dadi herself said, look at the face of someone who is happy. This would be the face of someone who does not think too much. Such a face is very beautiful. Everything about happiness depends on your thoughts. If you have really understood this, you will not allow yourself to have the kind of thoughts that will take away your happiness. Now is the time to be ever happy. Put right whatever is going wrong by putting a full stop. A full stop creates a face that sparkles with happiness. And Brother Brijmohan, who we've heard a lot about this week, he said, Dadi Gulzar spoke very little, and her words were so appropriate in all senses that next to Bap Dada, if you could find anyone speaking so appropriately, it was Dadi Gulzar. She spoke only the number of words that were required, nothing more, nothing less. One of the main things she said was, let everything go, but your happiness should not be taken away by anyone. This was the essence of the talk she used to give. I found that we think too much about anything that's coming. She did very little thinking. She always remained calm and had few thoughts and only powerful thoughts. So let's look at a video.
और खुशी कभी नहीं गमाना आपने। खुशी गुम हो जाती है ना बीच बीच में। हम कहते हैं आप सोचो खुशी गुम कैसे होती है आपकी। कभी भी खुशी गुम हुई है ना, उस बात को याद करो, क्यों खुशी गुम होती है आपकी। बाहर से कोई बात आती है ना बात, कोई आत्मा द्वारा आएंगी, मनुष्य आत्मा द्वारा, या कोई प्रकृति के तत्व द्वारा, जैसे आजकल पानी का हुआ था, तो प्रकृति के तत्व द्वारा भी तो ऐसी बातें होती है, कभी धरनी हिलती है, कभी वो होता है, बात आती है, बाहर से आती है और हमारी खुशी ले जाती है। ऐसा ही होता है ना, होता तो ऐसे ही है ना। अच्छा, बात आई और मेरी खुशी क्यों ले गई? अभी घर में आपके कोई आवे, डाकू आवे या कोई ऐसा आदमी आ जाए, आपका एक चम्मच उठा के ले जावे, आप उठाने देंगे? देंगे? नहीं देंगे ना, संभाल के रखेंगे ना। खुशी क्यों नहीं संभालते हो? हाँ? खुशी तो अच्छी चीज है ना, उसको हम बस बात आई और हमारी खुशी ले गई, आराम से ले जाती है वो, और वो बात चली जाती है, बात नहीं रुकती है, लेकिन हमारी खुशी ले जाती है। क्यों? हम अपनी चीज क्यों दे देते हैं? पैरा रखे ना। हाँ? कोई भी डाकू बाकू का पता पड़ता है तो क्या करते हैं? सिक्योरिटी रखते हैं ना। तो हमारी सिक्योरिटी क्या है? शिव बाबा की याद, अटेंशन, चेकिंग, ये हमारे पहरेदार हैं। इसलिए खुश रहो और क्या करेंगे? खुशी बांटना, बढ़ाना खुशी को, तो खुश रहना।
You just feel happy listening to her about happiness. So the homework tomorrow, all day long, from Amrit Vela through all traffic controls, all the way through the day, no matter what anyone says to you or does to you, you're going to keep your thoughts few, very powerful, and don't allow anything to take your happiness. Okay, so now let's take 5 minutes and hold that thought. Very few thoughts. You're going to have a very plain intellect, and you're not going to let anything take your happiness. Om Shanti.
Shanti. So today is Saturday, so we'll be having our chit chat. And before that, invite our dear brother Eric.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti, dear Mohini Didi, and good evening, the whole Avyakti Parivar team. Lovely to be back again. And it's actually difficult to speak after watching Daddy Gulzar and meditating so powerfully. I would rather stay listening to Judy telling us stories. I love the way she tells us the stories, and love to listen to you also, Mohini Didi. It's such a beautiful moment. So you'll be surprised. I have a question for you tonight. It seems it's my role on Saturday. And, I was listening to, of course, the sharing today, but this week I was really reflecting a lot on this word, power. And even tonight has been used so many times, powerful thoughts, powerful stage. Others should experience some power from our virtues. And, I've been really thinking, maybe you can help us to determine, how do we know if we are a powerful soul? And how powerful are we? And I was thinking, that on the Laukic world, if you want to measure your power physically, you can know how much you can lift weight, how fast you can run. We can measure the strength physically. Then there may be a power of, political power and financial power. But I was really thinking, how do we define this spiritual power, and how the soul holds the power? Because when we go to Golden Age, we will be powerful souls. We won't be connecting to Baba anymore to feel the power. So I was wondering if you can share with us your experience of becoming such a powerful soul. How did it happen? How is this power growing? How do you hold it? What is it? We want to know.
Om Shanti. I was also thinking today about power. And I'm just thinking that you don't have to ask question every time. Sometimes you can share what others are sharing to their experiences. But of course, we need to clarify and understand, clearly every concept. I was thinking about power too. And then on Thursday, when Baba said that receive from me and make those power your powers so that you can use it when there are situations. So let's take first power of knowledge, or we can take power of faith, or power of yoga, power of purity, right? So when I say power of knowledge, that means whenever I'm using the thoughts of knowledge or knowledge, then I'm able to remove if there is an obstacle, or I'm able to create what I want and remain unshakable. So power of knowledge can be, as I use knowledge, I can experience that I'm very stable, or as Dadi Gulzar said, I don't lose happiness. And also this self-sovereignty, like, yes, I can manage, whether it's thoughts, whether it is sense organs, so power of knowledge. When there is power of purity, purity is very powerful. That means every thought which is 100% pure, not influenced, not from the past, unadulterated, and it's really coming from the soul. We can say from the heart. Now, that thought doesn't have boundaries. Like it just, wherever it needs to go, whatever it needs to get accomplished, it does it. Within a thought, let's say you're thinking about a person, you're thinking about requirement in Baba's task. Your thought has purity, so it get accomplished. And then when it comes to yoga or remembrance, deeply, really, when my thought is in remembrance or in remembrance, I have a thought, then of course, whatever help I need for the self, but it serves also in unlimited capacity. This way you can go on that if there is thought, let's say there is, okay, something is happening around me. Let me just be observer. Let me have patience. So your stage is powerful because you are stable. Not only you are able to be stable, but as I said, others around us can also take benefit from that stage. Some souls have a lot of patience, right? And I have seen that it's a very, very good quality. And some are like quick, quick, quick. Their intellect also immediately responds, immediately. But I like it, have patience, and then think about it. Or when you're doing something, to have patience. Because when you are impatient, whatever you do will not be right. So now keep practicing. Let's say I paid attention for a whole month, that I will maintain patience, I will be a good observer. So you are accumulating power. Now next month, it will be very natural for you. You won't have to practice much. So if we keep seeing what is needed by the soul, what I need more in the sense of I have tolerance, but I need more tolerance. So use that for whole week. That just be quiet, just accept whatever is needed for tolerating. And after 1 week, you will feel that you are powerful because all those things which you were not tolerant about is becoming now very natural. So when there is power, the virtue works, and all the obstacles which come, in using that virtue, it's not there. So that means you have accumulated maybe 60% or 70%. This is how. So drama tests us, teaches us, and give us our result, right? That means today, if whatever scene had to happen, is drama. But for me, it was natural. I was peaceful. I was able to deal with everything. So that means there is powerful stage, right?
So is power, do you think, would power be the strength of a sanskara? Or is it also an energy that the soul holds?
Yeah.
And I remember when Dari Kumarka, it's a famous quote that we use many times. And, she said one day, only a powerful soul can give love. And the thought is like, when do we become a powerful soul? Is it just when we use the sanskaras? Is it just by being, it's the sanskaras, the power?
See, soul is what? Light and might, no? So you can use the word energy, but it's the power within the soul, no? So that means if I am detached, I am love, like in my original stage, so I am very loveful. So power really means that I I have not only control on me, but I could express also freely. But sometimes we control not our feelings, no? And but when there is purity, then some or other those limits go. You don't want to control. Like with Dadi Janki, towards the end, she would just want to dance and laugh. So she allowed to express ourselves. But all of us, up to certain extent, we have internally that we're still like we restricted somewhere. But a time comes when their soul is very free and there is no body consciousness. So there's a lot of joy and loveful stage which I saw in all the daddies towards the end. Very joyful, very loveful.
I think you're becoming like this. You're becoming like this yourself also. I know if your body could dance, I'm sure we would make you dance more often.
Yeah.
There is, we can have a blood test to figure out, many things from the blood. Do you think we can have a power test and we can check? How do we know?
You don't think that Maya is doing enough of that, or the souls, their sanskar and scenes of drama that we need to invoke more tests? I think every moment it could be a test, or it could be learning, it could be gaining power, or it could be losing power. So
yeah, instead of test, maybe we can say not a test in a sense of being tested, but more like a chart, like how to check ourselves to know if we're a powerful soul. And also, that's one thing. How do we know if we're a powerful soul? And do you think that the soul's power is fixed? Or can we become more powerful soul? Not that we were in the last kalpa, but can we increase really the power of the soul?
Actually, this every soul will become 100% powerful. Every soul. There might be difference in the, degree. It's 100%, no? Because if we all have to be perfect, we have to be 100%. But one time, Baba had explained, let's say purity, there will be 100% purity. But purity of Mama, and then purity of Dadi Prakashmani, the purity of Dadi Gulzar, and then gradually there is purity, but there is little bit difference, very little, but there is power. I think that most of all of us will become full. No, that should be the thought. That I will be 100% pure. I will be 100% experiencing stage of liberation. So everyone will be 100% powerful. And don't think that we will be less. No, everyone will be. Yeah.
But how can we become really a powerful soul?
Really?
But in a sense that, we'll all become perfect and complete. But in a sense, when Baba sometimes says, he's almighty authority, and you should be master almighty authority. And I'm also thinking about you in terms of how did you experience the power of the soul growing? Because you probably saw your skills, your sanskaras, your qualities, virtues getting better and better. But did you feel that at some point it was just light and might, you may say, or energy or power in the soul that was just, with you?
See, if I notice that if there are no weak thoughts, if there are like some, even very subtly, there is something very challenging or there is little subtle fear, that's where you notice that, yes, you need little more percentage of power. But so we notice, and it is through the thoughts actually. That is why when the Gulzar thoughts should be powerful. So what happens is that if you are powerful, you notice it, your chart, or you look at it, and you immediately change it. I like recently when Baba said in Murli or read in a class that whenever you find that you're not happy or there is something going on and you just change the room, or as Baba says, start doing something, So I like it and I do. It's not, it doesn't happen, but whenever it is, I think within seconds, I don't allow even minutes because I know that if it goes, it will affect more. And then to recover again takes a lot of time. Like this morning, I was feeling because somewhere I am in transition. So I just wanted just deep silence, not, going in future or just focus, remembrance of Baba, just focus on what I have to do because quite enough to do even every day. So looking at that, how through subtle thoughts, energy can become little bit lower, but you can immediately recover from them by using trust, by using, let me be just remember Baba. Baba is the one who is Karan Karamanhar. Even for a moment, when I realize that is so big organization and even I, but then I say, Baba, no, it's Baba who does it. And, everyone is just writing very nicely that they are looking for more spirituality and more connection with Baba. And so they're not expecting even that, there are so many administrative things have to be done. So I feel that my assignment really is more. So then I say, okay, I have to do that more for myself, so that, of course, help of everyone, whatever are the hopes. There are a lot of hopes people are expressing. They could be fulfilled. So it's not that, yeah, as you said, energy could be little bit, but then I immediately say, we should not allow ourselves to be confused, which I had been saying for a while. So anytime I find there could be confusion, I immediately make it in a good effort and again become powerful again. So it's not becoming weak, but as you said, certainly energy, but then it's in the form of thoughts, right? Very subtle thoughts.
Mm. I think most of us have received the beautiful message you sent to thank everyone. It's a very lovely message and indeed, very, very spiritual. So I think I didn't count, but I think we should count how many days are we up to. We're probably over, we're getting close to 500, I'm sure. And we should have a special cake for 500 nights at Avyakti Parivar, but it must be coming soon. A powerful cake. Maybe we should have a powerful cake. And so so yes, we heard the message you sent. It's beautiful. And we'll send you not only, good wishes, but maybe we'll send you power now. We'll collect special power to send it to you. Because
we all will do together, no?
Yeah, that's what you said.
It's not one person can do for everyone, right? But it's just kind of the enthusiasm of what direction we have to take, even whatever is happening, paying more attention. And just imagine if a million of us think that way, what is impossible? It will just happen, right?
I was just again, when I was reflecting this week, I was thinking, for me anyway, or for most of us, I think to maintain the power of the soul, like you said, we need knowledge and we need Baba desperately. If my connection with Baba is cut off, I go like a balloon, and I lose my power very quickly. But so I'm exaggerating, but we use knowledge and yoga power. In Golden Age, there will be no knowledge, no yoga, and the soul will remain powerful for 2,500 years at least. So what would you say is the power of the soul at that time? Is it only the purity of the soul, or?
No, we have, just imagine elevated sanskars, elevated karmas, loveful relationship, all that is becoming the part of sanskar is the power, no? That means it will be very natural for us there, everything, to be loveful. There won't be, no, one time Baba said, Maya will not come because Raman is not there. And everyone's sanskars in harmony, love. So everything will be natural. It's becoming natural here also, no? If we see how it is more consistent, more natural, and just few moments here, there come, few moments and few thoughts, but then they just disappear or we transform them. So it looks like we are on the final stage, Final stage means momentarily. I don't think connection get cut off, but Baba says sometimes, is incognito, become more incognito. So we have to invoke him more. As soon as we invoke, we feel the presence of Baba. But look at each one of us, our lives. I sometimes feel that day I came to Baba, Brahma Baba met me first time and things he said. But after that, he is directing my life. And I could just feel that, one day I never thought, because I never liked to worry or give myself anything heavy. I just don't think that way. So like I say, but okay, so what, where is, like Dadi Janki said, I want to leave body in Shantivan. This one said, everyone, but I don't think that way. But maybe Baba, wants that ultimate, my final journey has to be in Bharat. Otherwise, there was no, for what I will go. Can't just leave everything and go. So I was thinking that how drama and Baba, I should say they are very, very smart, very clever, and takes the soul where the soul needs to be in a proper way. Why I'm sharing this, that you all should have this trust that everything, subtle thoughts, what is required and needed, and should the soul deserves that, you will get it. So don't ever worry about, where I will be in the end, where I will be when distracted, I never think. I used to say, people will say, what you thinking of you? I say, wherever is Baba wants, it will happen. So that's another thought. I want to assure all of you also that how he's, what I should say, orchestrated, like your destiny, he's taking you towards that. He's with us, and he's the fortune maker. So you all will experience a lot of beautiful things happening, right?
But it's fascinating to hear your insights begin, like you said, in transition. We're very interested to know what is the continuation of that transition. And I'm sure that Drama Baba will be very smart in making sure your transition takes us with you in the next phase. So we are very much looking forward to know the next phase. It will be very interesting. We'll be with you. We'll be with you, and
I know.
like you said, we'll be all together. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mohini Didi. Yeah, thank you, and I think we can, continue to reflect on that topic of power and it's a beautiful, thing to contemplate, because it really makes us focus on the quality of the soul and the energy of the soul, and I find it very, very useful. So, thank you for insights, and wish you a good night. And
Good
see
night.
you today.
Om Shanti.
Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Thank you. That was so beautiful. Thank you to Didi and also dear brother Eric. It was very nice and powerful sharing. And as you were mentioning, we haven't reached to 500 yet. I think we are 450 and 50 more to go. But it's quite a bit, right? And also, somebody was telling me that I think we need to check that if we have break the record in Guinness Book, actually, that every single night we all are together on Zoom, having this spiritual gathering, and especially Mohini Didi, right? Without her, there is not even a single session can be done. So definitely. Thank you. Maybe not in that Guinness Book, but Baba's Guinness Book must be having our record. So
You can put it in
you. And
Guinness
actually,
Book.
it's for everyone, right? Congratulations to everyone.
I was just joking, saying if we can make it to the Guinness Book, I think it will make it to the Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll have a memorial in the Gita somewhere.
Yeah, maybe, sure. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now let's remember Baba. And yes, we'll share and take drishti with our Didi and as well as our brother Eric. So let's remember Baba.
So always remain happy, right? Nothing should take away our happiness. Om Shanti and good night, everyone.